Wait on your quarter. So next week, Tuesday, is our test E. Before that test, 11, 12, 13B, and 14 will all have to be done. Whenever you finish those, you can show them to me and I'll give you credit. That's what you need to have done to have the test. So when you take a look at question number 1, writing an equation, you were always looking for a number times x plus another number. The number times x is our m, this is our b. When we look at this first table, m is equal to, please write, if you didn't on your quiz, the change in y over the change in x. And if you didn't take the quiz, maybe on in the front of your notebook or somewhere you put down 0, 15, 1, 13, 2, 11, 3, 9. You at least put those first 4. How is my y value down here changing each time? We're subtracting 2. If we look at how our x value is changing for each time, it is a positive 1. So if I'm looking at my slope is a -2 or -2 over 1. Then I'm looking for my b, which is when x is 0, it is the y point. And in this case, x is 0, y is 15. I could have just said b was 15. So my answer for number 1 is going to be y equals, my m is a -2x plus 15. I had some people leave off the x and just put y equals -2 plus 15. Most common mistake here was 1/2. Does it make sense that it can't be 1/2? It's the change in y over change in x, not the change in x. People like to look at it and go, yeah, but in this table, x is on top, so I just put x on top here. You can't do that. You got to make sure you look at the variables. When we look down here, a lot of times it's easiest to find our beginning point first, our beginning point in this one. Now, you didn't have to do this to do the equation, but that's why we did that in the homework. Our beginning point is at where? 2. So b is 2. We can already do our equation. We now need to find our movement. Our movement is going down 1, and if we go down 1, the change in y, that's going to be a -1. What's our change in x? 3. We're going over a +3. So my equation for the answer was a -1/3 x plus 2. That was the answer on the quiz I was looking for. Now, those of you that were absent and didn't take it, no big deal. This is one of those grades that I put in with a 4, 3, 2, 1, like, are you getting it? Kind of yes, 4, 3. If you have a 2, 1, or 0 on this quiz, that's kind of telling me you have no clue what you're doing. And you should be coming in on a regular basis and getting help before that test next Tuesday. So you have a week. At this point, we're pretty much reviewing. Today we're going to do this activity on the calculator or on your computer. The next 2 days, you're going to be doing this project that you're going to do in class. You'll have a partner. If you know your partner is gone the second day, Thursday, you probably don't want to do it with them. Or you want to choose a different partner. Or you want to do it by yourself, but kind of work together that day, but do your own, okay? And then on Friday, we're going to be doing the review. So tonight, if you have 12 done, that is what you need to have completed for class tomorrow. If you don't have 12 done, and it is, yes, 4 pages. So the first part is all the answers for 1 through 20. Every answer should look like this for 1 through 20 on E12, where I'm putting y equals my m, and then this is the b. Every single one of those should look like that. And when you get to 20 to 24, that's where you're graphing them like our graph worksheet, okay? E13B, answers are in the back. The answers aren't in there for 12, right? So 12, you need to have it done. If you have it done today, you can show it to me today when I look at the E11. If you have E11 and 12 done. If not, tomorrow when you come in, I need to see E12 first. E13B, answers are in the back. E14, the answers are also in the back. This is the activity that we will be working on tomorrow, okay? So as we are looking at that, what I would like for you to do right now is we are going to go to desmos. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to show you what we're going to be taking a look at. So today the activity. Now, some of you, if you are so far behind, if you haven't done 9, 10 yet, and you need to work on that in class, you could do that instead of this worksheet, okay, or this activity. But what you're going to be taking a look at is you're going to be given this ball, and you're trying to hit all the stars. So it might be going straight down, it might be going different ways. I'm going to give you a code like I have before. So as you take a look at this one, this is kind of what it's going to take a look at. So there's 24 different ones. So if I am looking at this and I hit launch, I can see that it goes through all of those. So you're going to be trying to get all these different lines, and you'll be able to get them different ways by putting in equations into the activity, okay? So each time, once you put your lines, you can always check it by hitting it that way. When you take a look at this, so this is the first one, and it says you got to change one number in the row below to get it to hit, so that the marble will hit the stars. Which do I want to change? The slope or the y-intercept?
The y-intercept.
So if I change my y-intercept and I say, oh, you know what, I want to put 0. 0 doesn't work, right? If I'm looking at that, right? So 0 doesn't work. So I want to put in -5. So if I put -5, right, I can see it doesn't work. So you're going to be able to do this on your own. So I'm not going to give you the answer for it, right? As you look at this next one, it says, okay, if you're in too much fun, you can reset. So doing that reset as you're looking at it, okay, so that's how you'll reset it, okay. If you look at this one, it says change one number this time to get it to work, okay. So would we be changing our B or our M in this one? So the slope or the y-intercept? The slope. So that's going to be changing this one, right? So if I'm thinking of changing that, someone said, oh, maybe you need a, so that's 1x, right? So if I put -3, obviously that doesn't work, right? So you're going to be able to put different slopes as you are looking at that. I'm not going to give you that answer. You're going to be able to play with that. This next one, you probably haven't seen anything like this up here, right? This is telling us x is less than 4. If I wanted to change this to be at 8, right, I could change this, and now notice how far that line is extended. If I change this to, and I don't have a number there, and I just put 6, it goes up to 6. So you're going to want to use this is called the domain, to change some of yours. So again, you can check it and say, oh yeah, that works, or it doesn't, right? So you're going to be able to play with those. Here's another one where it says x is less. So if I'm looking at this one, right, it doesn't get to my other lines. So I might want to, if I'm changing this, right, I don't want it to go to 0. I want it to only go how far?
4.
Maybe I want to make this at 4 or 6. So if you change this to a 4, does 4 work? Gets the top. And you can always add another equation. So you can actually have 2 of them, okay, or 3 of them, okay? So again, this one, it says, well, if we change this -0.14, that's our what? What's the -0.14? That's our slope. If we change it to a 2, what happens to our graph, right? So you can go back and look at some of those. So this is what you are going to be taking a look at doing. There's different problems. They get more complicated, right? So you're going to be asked to check some things. You're going to be asked to use this equation and check and see what does it look like, and asked to make some changes. So there are 24 when you are looking at this, okay? So when you are looking at that, there are 24 of them. So what I would like for you to do right now